Welcome to this week's video. What you're going to see next, not fish, something that I found in the garden. Some little garden pets. Bit of research found out that they're actually polecats. They're a part of the stoat, weasel, ferret family, and they're wild, and they're making a bit of a big comeback, especially around the Midlands area. And we've got some living in the garden, which you'll see in a second. And then you'll see Koi and my disappointed face. Anyway, enjoy the polecats and then the Koi. Laters. Hello. So I've just got in from work, literally, 2 minutes ago. Come outside, as I always do, probably everyone does, in this little pond, just to have a look and see if everything's alright. And that's what I've got. Good fish. Yeah, I don't know. I'll turn the air off and then fish it out, but it looks like one of the Adambaya kahakus, oddly enough, which I only had out the other day, and it looked mint. Anyway, I'll get the air off and fish it out and see where we're at with it. Great. That's it now. Look at the state of it. Dropsy. There we go. Well, that's gone. Oh, what an absolute shitter. Haven't got a clue as to why. I know I've had some nitrite issues, so probably got something to do with that. I'm going to do a water check now. No point in scraping the fish, it's dead. And I know I had flukes, so who knows? I mean, when I got the fish out the other day and checked it over, which was literally, today's Tuesday, was that Saturday or Friday? Saturday? What's that, 4 days? Bit weird, really. I'll do some water tests now and see where we're at with that, but I'm still expecting nitrite, but it's a bit of a loss, really, and it's a bit of a shock. But it just sums up my luck, really, the last few months, doesn't it? But here we go. I'll get my water testing kit and crack on with that now. Joys. So, riddle me this. So I've just done my water tests. I've got no chlorine in the water. That's the tap water that's going in, because I've got my trickle up a bit higher because of my nitrite reading. Nitrite 0, so that has gone eventually, probably with the help of having me fresh water trickle turned up. Ammonia 0, nothing. So the only odd reading is my pH, which is probably 8.4 ish. It's a bit hard to tell because the colours are very similar, 8.4 to 8.8, but it's higher than it would normally be. I'm normally at 8.2, so possibly that, but again, not all fish are affected, so very odd. I can't work it out. I'm gutted. Trying to think, yesterday I fed them when I got in from work yesterday, and they all come flying, as per usual, all come flying over for a bit of food. I have properly limited the amount of food they're getting now. They're getting 45 grams a day over 2-3 feeds. And that's 45 grams because I've got a little measure on my jug, so I know exactly how much I'm putting in. So other than that, don't know. Not a clue. Just one of those things, I suppose. I haven't re-scraped for flukes yet. That stuff's only been in 4 or 5 days as well. When did I put that in? Saturday morning? Friday, I think. Thursday or Friday last week. Whenever it was the day after that I got the kahakus out to have a look at them. So, and it's Tuesday today. So I'm going to re-scrape at some point later on in the week, but I'm still probably expecting to see a few flukes because it just seems to be one of those things that I can't shift. But for a fish to die, I'm absolutely gutted, especially one of the newer ones which looked mint the other day. Very weird. Can't work it out. So I don't really know what. Well, there's nothing I can do. The fish is out of the pond now, and unfortunately been put away where it needs to go. Yeah, sad really, upsetting, but what can I do? I suppose on a more positive note, my nitrite's now finally back to 0, so I can start to feed up the feed a tad. Nothing crazy, because obviously I need to build slowly, and then hopefully just get rid of the parasites. But yeah, a bit sad really coming in from work to that, but hey, not a lot I can do, and I suppose at least it weren't struggling and then I didn't know what to do and how to deal with it. It's just sort of, it's gone. I obviously must have missed it yesterday when I came in, but as I say, I can't really remember. They all come flying over whenever I walk up to the pond side. They'll come flying over because I think you're going to get some food chucked in. So setting. There we go. So I'm just giving them all a quick once over now, pond side, just to see if there's anyone else with any. I mean, the only other fish of concern is the shower that's been off for ages. Not happy at all. Still. The sumi on it, I know the water's quite warm, so sumi does sort of fade off when the water's hot, but the sumi on it's disappearing rapid, so, and it has been unhappy for a while, although it is swimming around now, so I don't know, that's definitely the one that I need to keep an eye on. Everybody else on the whole looks alright, there's no lump, bumps or bits missing off any of them. I mean, even the little pimply spot thing that was on the chag the other day, that's disappeared now, so work that one out. Yeah, so I mean, that Pahaku's still a bit red. I'll probably need to get that out, put a bit more tamidine on that, but hopefully now my water's back to where it should be, I'll start to see a marked improvement with that, but who knows? Crazy. So this is my food amount, so 45 grams, they've been getting that over the course of a day, so I'll give it half of the 45 grams this morning, and then the other half when I get in from work, and then a tiny handful before bed, just when I say goodnight to them all, as you do. See, everyone's up and having a bit. Apart from the shower, actually, where's he gone? Where's the shower? Yeah, he's definitely not happy, that shower, but I don't really know what else to do. I might take it out in the next couple of days and give it a salt bath, just to see if that'll perk it up a tad. It's not really interested in eating, so there's not a lot I can do with that, is there? Well, it's not sulking at the minute, but whether or not that's just because the air's off. Anyway. So the next couple of days, just going to keep an eye on them a bit more than I normally would. Spend a bit more time just observing. If something's not right, it's just finding out what it is. Joy oh joys. So, deja vu. Just got in from work, come out to feed the fish. Now we've got the big chag. Which side is it? Where is it? It's not going to do it. Basically, which side is it? There. He's got a sore scale on that side. going to get it out in the basket. It's quite a big fish. It's over 70 cm, 74, 75 cm, something like that. I don't really want to have to get it out, so I'm going to try and just give it a bit of a treatment in the bowl in the pond side. I've got a big sock net and a bigger bowl to put it in. There, look. Presume from all the flashing from the flukes. So I'm going to look at that, and the shower that I don't even know where it is. The moody shower, which I want a salt bath, is, I don't know, sulking somewhere again. I might have another quick bowl of that. Why, I've got some tamidine and stuff here. What's going on? Unbelievable. So my water parameters are alright now, apart from slightly high pH from where it would normally be. And now, I'm just getting fish bloody, well, dying. And now, a busted scale on that one. So, all I'm going to do, I'm not sure if I'll film it, because normally a little bit lively, that one, in a bowl. I'm just going to have a bit of a feel of the scale, put some tamidine on it, and if needed, clear the junk that's under the scale carefully, because it has got a scar on the side anyway. So I don't want to butcher it anymore, but I'll need to get in there quickish. So I'm going to do that now, and then have a quick look at the shower if I can find it. Jokes. Anyway, right, let's do it. In fact, for the last 2 months I've just left the bloody tamidine there, just so it's always to hand, with the amount of little knocks and niggles that I've had. So, I just used standard stuff, tamidine on the scale. It wasn't too puffy, it's pretty red, it feels a little rough, so I may have to remove it. I'm going to give it a few days and see how it looks. There's a lot of white stuff that's sticking on it. Also give that a bit of treatment, because that's looking red and raw. So the scale's sitting flat near enough now, as well as I could get it. It wasn't happy, only just fits in the basket. It was going mental. So if it's not looking any better in a couple of days, I'll do it again, and then over the weekend at some point I'll have to get someone to give me a hand. I'll get it out, put it in the bowl, knock it out, and have a bit more of a clean up of the scale. So what I'm thinking now is, because I've got a few red bits and a few lumps sticking on, the odd scale sticking out of the fish, I'm going to CT the pond, which I've got mixed up in it, or waiting to mix up in here. So I'm going to CT it, and then I'm going to do a dose today, possibly a dose tomorrow, and then at the weekend I know I haven't scraped, but I definitely think I've still got flukes, because there's a ton of fin flicking from the other chag, which for me normally indicates flukes. Obviously I'll scrape anyway just to make sure. So I'm going to use the TT to knock the bacteria back, hopefully reduce a bit of redness on the ones that are a bit red. No, okay. And then obviously it will strip the mucus on the fish, so when I do my next lot of fluke treatment, I'll hopefully knock the flukes back. That's if it is flukes. Obviously there's a chance it might not be, but knowing my fish, I'll definitely say I've still got flukes. So, you know, 1 step forward, 50 steps back. So yeah, although the water quality is better, the fish don't seem to be picking up, so there's obviously something else going on here. Definitely the flukes. I mean, in the shower, it's clear and clean, there's no red horrible bits on it or anything like that, but its fins are a bit raggedy, a couple of them are a bit split, so it's definitely not happy, that fish. It's looking way down on body now, so it's obviously not eating at all. It's very rare I see it come up and get a bit of food, so at least it's swimming around now. It was just sort of holed up earlier until I walked over and then it swam off, but it is not happy at all. but there we go, not a lot I can do with it. So that's the plan of action for the next few days. Yeah, it was this one that was fin flicking like crazily. So yeah, dose of CT now, tomorrow, maybe a third day, and then fourth or fifth day get my fluke treatment in. Never ending. I'm actually going on holiday soon, so need to make sure they're in some kind of okay state for when I'm probably better, to be honest. They're just going to be left on their own, aren't they, for a bit to deal with it and get on with it, rather than me poking and prodding and netting them and all that kind of junk. So anyway, I'll finish getting this lot dissolved, get it in, and then sit in my hands for a few days, and then hopefully the big chag scale goes down. As I say, it's a mission to get it out, but unbelievable. There's no flashing. I've seen not a single flash from any of them, or other than the fin flicking, not bouncing off the drain. Even normally, when the air's off, a couple of them hit the bottom drain, as if to say, turn the air back on, but they haven't even done that. So very weird. Just another issue to deal with over the next few weeks. Lucky me. So I'm getting to the point now where I'm getting in from work expecting like major catastrophe with the pond. So the big chag now, I'm going to have to get it out and knock it out to have a better look at it. It's definitely got a couple of scales sticking up both sides now. Brilliant. And the shower is just looking like death. I'll go over in a minute and you'll have a look, but unbelievable. I just do not know. I am getting near to the point of thinking now, is it worth it? Because all I've had for this past year is issue after issue after issue, and then when I think I'm alright, something pops up again. So you know, when it's bad, it's just hard to, the motivation to get it all sorted and stuff. It's just like, really? Do I have to? Far more better things to be doing in my life than just getting fish in and out constantly and worrying about fish. Because that's all I'm doing at the minute. There's been no real enjoyment. The odd few weeks here and there where everything's been alright, and then all of a sudden, boom, something else hits me. So, I'm going to get the chag out, and I'm going to salt bath the shower. I've got 2 bowls, so I'm going to try and sort of do it at the same time while I'm over there. So, joys, or not. Anyway, I've got a massive bowl for the big chag, and I'll use me slightly smaller blue bowl, wherever that is. It might still be over there, for the shower. So I need to get some salt in there, measured out. Joys. So here we go. That's my salt in there. I've got the air on there just to mix it round and get it hopefully dissolved quickish. And in there is just some sedate for Frank the big chag. So I'll get him out, chuck him in, and hopefully at this similar sort of time in a couple of minutes I'll get the shower out and chuck that in there as well when all the salt's disappeared. Right. Look at it's just fins are frayed and horrible. It's just a bloody mess, to be honest. It was in just. See, there's definitely grazed there and it's sticking out a bit, and then this one here, which I just put a bit of tamidine on the other day. I'm not going to be too aggressive with it, but I want to have a bit of a better look and maybe lift the scale up and see if there's any junk underneath. I don't want to take a scale out yet. That doesn't feel rough anymore, and neither does there. So just a bit of a clean up, some tamidine, and then getting back in. Give him a bit of a better check over once he's knocked out. But never normally have an issue with this fish. He has got a scar on him, but it was like that when I got it however many years ago now from the previous owner. But there we go. So give me a few minutes to go over. My salt's still far from being done, so he's nearly going. Look. So that was a bit quick. So I put the fish in the water, the salt water, the shower. The dog had a paddy around there because next door were having their shopping delivered. So I went round, shouted at the dog, come back, and the fish had already gone over. So it's now back in the pond. Looking a little bit sorry for itself. But fins are all raggedy and horrible. I'm presuming it's got some kind of internal bacterial issue. But obviously there's no way of knowing with that. I am going to be doing another CT dose today, tomorrow. It's not come today. Hopefully tomorrow. Anyway, so the chag's over now. No other visible horribleness. So just here. So the scales are not rough, so they definitely going to be staying in. Just need to clean it up. Nothing too major. And then this one here. Again, no, it's not majorly sticking out, but it's definitely knocked itself. Again, just some Tamidine on that. But nothing else on this fish is sort of... Its tail's all good, all its fins are good, there's no other horrible redness on it. It's a little bit obviously stressed from being in the bowl. It's a bit tricky to do one minute. I'll have a look in its gills in a minute. Mouth's all good. Yeah. Mouth's all good. Okay, now you can definitely see that sticking out a bit. Let's crack on, getting back. Get this sorted and then just getting back in. Right. So treated that thing, probably going to be a mess. This one, last year had a mark on one of its fins. You can't quite see, but that anal fin, whatever it is, or what's it called? I can't remember the name of that fin, but it had a mark on it last year. It had a little bit of skin missing and it was down to the bone. It wasn't very big, but that's like the whole edge of that fin now. Mess. You sort of see it there, look. Joy oh joys. I won't have any fish left soon anyway, so I won't have to decide whether to close down. Everyone would have bloody popped it. The shower now is a bit more swimming around, a bit more active, but it's still not eating. And it just looks in a bad way. It looks like it hasn't had a decent bit of food for a while. Just a mess. Look at it. So there's definitely something going on. I don't know whether I need to take the shower apart again like I did last time, or maybe even the K1 bin. Whether or not there's any crap in there from when the seal was loose and the junk was getting through, I don't know. I have checked the clean side of the drum and it's absolutely mint. As you can see now, absolutely BA in the drum, no junk now. I've actually changed as well where I've put my UV. I've got it in the clean side now. I'll have another look in a minute, but this was last week and there was no junk in it at all, so the seal has been fitted correctly this time. So yeah, I don't really know. Seriously getting to the point of non-concern, because if it happens, it happens now. I mean, after losing that Adam Buyer fish last few days ago, I'm just gutted. I just can't, not a clue. Having had it out 3 or 4 days earlier, and it was perfect. Clueless. Absolutely clueless. I think maybe the next port of call is to take all the K1 out of the vortex just to see what the bottom of that looks like. The shower can't have any junk in it anyway, because even if there was, it's going to wash away with the water. Surely it's going to push it out and put it in the pond anyway. Don't know. I've got no random bits of pipe work that junk could get caught in. There's a little midway return over this side, which I opened the other day, as I normally do every month or so, just to make sure that it runs clear, which it did. The skimmer's been off a couple of weeks now, but can't see that being a major issue after a couple of weeks. So I don't really know. At a loss once again. But there we go. And that pretty much wraps up this week. Catch you later.